Alright, welcome back to the girls' room. It's a whispery ASMR session. No, I'm just gonna do my usual judge in the bathroom while I talk about boys, dating, love, all of the things. I feel like there is such a strategy to dating that it's kind of hard, and we're gonna get into how to do it right by someone that doesn't do it at all. So I took 20 to 30 minutes to send a text with the help of my friend. Like, okay, gotta say it like this, gotta like remove the LOLs, remove the emojis, because I'm an emoji girl. I like add exclamation points all the time. I'm like, I'm so excited, because I am. But in talking to certain people, you can't be overly excited. You just have to be calm, cool, and collected all the time. But obviously, like, be yourself. So I have to trickle in elements of myself so that in real life, it's not I'm so cool for text, but in person, I'm kind of dorky or just kind of like quirky. So yeah, strategy of dating. It's toughy. Let's get into it while I do my regular. I'm realizing a pattern. I love a good crush. They come and go fairly quickly. Like, I'll just think someone's so cute and so adorable, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to date him or look at him or something. And then I'll see someone else and get distracted, and I'm like, nope, never mind. I'm not thinking about him anymore at all. It's like you really have to keep my attention, or I just have 75 crushes all at one time, which it seems like I do. It's always something. There's someone that comes back around because I saw him, and I'm like, oh wait, I forgot. He is so cute. What am I gonna do? And knowing I'm not the type to ask someone out at all, this is me like trying to figure out a good strategy for them to come, with that idea. It's like, I want you to want to, so I have to position myself in a way where I am reciprocating any interest, or I'm trying to create some interest, trying to just keep myself in your mind, and you don't even know what's happening. I'm like, oh, I just happen to be here, even though that doesn't actually happen because I never know where people are at. But I might just have to send a text every once in a while, and when I do, it has to be smart. The whole texting strategy is one that I don't love, but I acknowledge, because me myself, I am kind of a lot when I'm just being me. Like, I can send you follow-up text, or just send you the gifts, send you all that stuff, and for somebody that I'm kind of interested in, or that it's kind of cute, like, I have to chill, because I'm like, all right, he might think I'm a little too quirky. So there's definitely a strategy that I need to fine tune. But we all talk about it. We all talk about, as women, when and how the text should be. And we analyze guys too. It's like, okay, he took 3 days to text me back. Either he's playing a really crazy game, or he's just not thinking about me. It's usually the latter. Like, if it takes 3 days, he's not. I don't think guys are as calculated when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like, they can be very manipulative and and smart and whatever, but I feel like you can kind of see their actions as how they feel. With women, maybe not so much, because I have taken a week to respond to somebody or to people, and it's kind of intentional. It's kind of like, you know what, you took 30 minutes too long. So I'm gonna text you back maybe next week, or maybe never. I don't know. That is probably not the best, but it is what it is. Like, gotta set the precedent, and if nothing happens because of this, then nothing happens. and it would have been my fault, and that's fine. I will take responsibility because I don't know how to chill sometimes. So it's like all or nothing. So I'm either gonna be a great texter, kinda, depending on when you catch me during the day, or you're gonna think that I'm just the worst texter ever, because I can be. But before I really dive into the strategy, quick update from the last episode. I was talking about going out with some of my girlfriends and husband hunting. So we went out to this place in Hollywood, really close to where I'm at. I mean, I couldn't walk there, but it takes like 10 minutes to get there. Well, 5 to 10 depending on who's driving. And it's kind of like, I think they call it a speakeasy, even though it's not very speakeasy like. I mean, it's pretty loud, and kind of clubbish, like just with their DJs and the atmosphere. I feel like the only thing that makes it a speakeasy is that it's tiny. So they had to be like, oh, how can we market this in a way that still feels cool? We'll call it a speakeasy. I'm like, well, y'all shouldn't be having DJs that are playing turned up music because you're not really speaking easy, But I did not find this attractive 6-foot man that I spoke to about marriage. There was kind of one next to us, but I just didn't feel it, and I wasn't thinking about my challenge of just like talking. I just didn't want to, like, oh, the one person that's kind of around, like, give him the attention. Nah, I'm over it. I get so over these ideas that I have, because that is the dating atmosphere and climate right now. You're just not meeting people, and it sucks. I'm like, I want to go outside and meet people. Like, I actually like being social in most situations. And last update, I'm running into Jim Bay again, but I'm over it. He's no longer a crush, which is great because now I can just focus in the gym again. Not that he was really taking my focus away, but a little bit. I mean, I acknowledged his presence, and we still acknowledge it now, but there's nothing to it. So yeah, I just go through crushes like anything. Like, I don't know, like some coffee addicts go through coffee. It's just a daily exercise that I have. I'm like, oh, who can I crush on today? But yeah, Sam, I really don't acknowledge, like, if we just happen to kind of cross paths and look at each other, then, a little nod of recognition. But outside of that, who are you? The problem with crushes for me is that it actually is pretty dangerous because, as we know, a crush is a lack of information. And if I'm crushing on you, that means I don't have enough information. And so it's going to be pretty easy to end the crush, which means ending whatever daydreams I had about you or whatever, anything I had. Now you're just a regular person that I'm not thinking about, which is actually for the best because I'm probably that to you. I'm certainly that to you. And I don't have time to just think about people like that, like these guys. It's fun for a moment, especially if you're not if we're not interacting often, then I just will forget. And I'll be like, oh, did I kind of like you? I don't know. I guess you gotta start over. We gotta start this over. I am that person, out of sight, out of mind. After my initial crush stage. It's crazy. I really use my flat ironing and straightening just as like a blow dry practically. It's like, let's just get it a little flatter. But I'm kind of circling another guy in my head right now because that's what I do. And so I was trying to send a very sophisticated text just now, which ties into my strategies of dating. Um, this guy that I've reignited in my head based off of when I see him. It's like when I see him, I'm like, wait a second, you are kind of fine. Like, are you single? I might ask actually. I might ask. But I'm like, I just feel like with certain people, you have to move a certain way, especially with grown men. Like, I mean, maybe I'm playing games, but it's like actually not even games, it's strategy. I'm like, how do I become someone in your brain? Because I want you to think about me and I want you to ask me out. The very least, like, fine, just be around me. I like your presence. So I'm over here like trying to figure out the best way to stay top of mind. And it can be hard though, because I don't want to come off thirsty, even if I kind of am. I wouldn't call myself that, but whatever. Call me what you will. The next stage is like, okay, how do I look so amazing? Like, I might have to actually do my research. Like, what kind of girls are you after? Do you usually go for? Because I can mold. I have a lot of personality, so 9 times out of 10, I'll probably hit one of your marks anyway. So let's figure this out. Like, I really do feel like you should plan how you engage with certain people. So let's get to it. Like, there's no skin in the game at this point. So let me just ask you, like, what are you up to? Because we can still be friends at the very least, or friendly. Like, maybe we're not compatible, possibly, probably not, with most of these people, but let's just get down to what type of person you are, what kind of, like, boyfriend or husband you would be. Like, do you want to get married? What's the deal? Low pressure, because we're just talking, we're just hanging out, and I'm talking about myself too, and you don't even really know what's happening. You have no idea. Maybe you do. Maybe you're smart. Maybe you'll pick it up. But yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just chit-chatting, and also understanding where you fit on my list. If you fit on my list. And if you want some of the same things I want, and if you do, then the next point of the strategy is, how do I get this to the next step? Like, I like you and I don't just want to be your friend. Like, it's fine if we're friends, cool, great, whatever, but why? You know, like, we're single. Let's date. Let's hang out. You know, let's just hang out, no pressure, and see what's what. That's what I want. I want to always be in your peripheral, so you're always kind of saying, like, dang, okay, I see you. You're looking good. That's what I want. So that I just, like, am always on your mind, because I'm always in your eyesight. I gotta chill though, because there's a strategy to even, like, being in someone's presence. Like, I gotta be cool. And I'm, like, notoriously not a cool person. Like, when I like something, like, I feel like I like it. Like, even with my cousins, I get so excited to see them that I have to, like, chill. And I'm like, okay, Joy, don't get too excited, because they might not want to come over and see you if you just start, like, oh my God, you know, like, I can't believe you're here, I love you so much. They might just be like, all right, I gotta take her in doses, but inside I'm, like, jumping up and down. I can't do that in real life with anyone. So it's not even like a game with dating, it's really just the game of life. Like, how do you interact with certain personality types? How do you interact with certain people based off of the relationship you want to have? And so, you know, I have to think about this with my boss, with parents, with siblings, and with friends. Like, okay, I need to move this way. I need to say certain things, because I know this is how you respond. And this is really what I'm doing with dating. What is the result I want to have, and how do I get there? Like, let's be smart. the result that I want is for certain people to just like take the initiative and take some action, which means that I probably need to let them know that that's what I like. So why not just say it? Like, hey, I like a guy of action. And I'm not just available for anybody, but how do I make it known that I could make myself available to you? So we'll see. This is the fun part. This is the figuring out part. This is the education part. And I will let you know immediately. I want to get married at some point. I'm not pressed to just marry anybody, but I'm not about to let anybody waste my time. If you don't know, then it's a no. Then it's a no, straight away. If you don't know how you feel about marriage, then immediately not for me. But you could be for somebody else that also doesn't know, and maybe you guys get married, whatever, or don't. But turn off. It's turn off. 100%. Or maybe I was just never even given the time to turn. Like, I actually want to know early on so that I never get turned on by you. So I don't have to get turned off. I'm like, if I immediately out the gate, I'm like, what's up? Like, you're cute, you're kind of cool. How do you feel about marriage? Oh, you don't like it? Okay, bet. Like, cool, that's the homie now. So I've never even really crossed that line of, I'm kind of interested, which is why I never use, like, I like him very loosely. I'm like, what do I like about him? He's cute and he's cool. That's not enough. It's not enough ever, really, to be cute, especially in LA. Like, you gotta come better than that. Like, I'm talking about marriage, maybe for play, maybe if I needed a date somewhere, like, yeah, he's cute, but like, don't talk to him because he's kind of crazy. But yeah, being cool and being like, yeah, he's a cool guy, that's not enough either. Like, cute, cool, yeah, but are you ambitious? Are you gonna lead the family? I'm thinking about long term. I need to be a better person because of you, and hopefully I can do the same for you. So it's not just like, oh, he's dreamy. Let's get to it. So now I feel like I need to leave this season of just crushing on everyone all the time, even though my heart's just so big. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Let's have conversations, because why not? I don't care. I just have to wait until the crush is kind of over, because then it's easier for me to just get to the nitty gritty. Like, these guys crushing on you for a little bit, and now I'm not thinking about you because I don't see you. And so I forgot that I was crushing on you, so now I want to know, oh, you are still cute, but how do you feel about X, Y, and Z? So, maybe I'll bring my interview questions in real life, maybe without the mic, but I'll just document them here secretly. I'm like, okay, so I talked to this guy yesterday. He doesn't have to know because I won't tell him about this podcast, vlog, diary that I'm doing. But he said, so therefore he's off my list, off the list that I put him on yesterday without his knowledge. Or maybe I'll bring a mic so they know what's up. Like, I'm curious. No, I won't, because I might actually like this person, so we'll see. Next strategy would be ask the tough questions early on. I don't care if, like, guys feel like it's too much pressure. That's fine for you. If you feel like it's pressure, then that's also a sign that, oh, okay, we're cool as friends or friendly or whatever it is. But yeah, I want to know, what's your view on marriage? What's your view on faith, family, life? Because these are good questions to ask anyone. It's just like developing a relationship, so what's the harm? And we'll see where I get from that. Like, all of this is a journey. I'm not gonna like stick it to myself too hard, because I am flawed and I am, so giddy inside all the time. I'm like, oh my God. I just love everyone, like everyone, and just all the things. Like a child, super childish, but it is what it is. My heart is open. And yeah, strategy with texting, I think, is take a beat. I mean, if you guys are texting back and forth, which I do sometimes, it's just like, I'm just gonna be natural, because now we've introduced a conversation as opposed to just like an initial invite or an initial like catch up. But if we're engaging in an actual conversation, all right, I'll throw in some emojis, some LOLs, because I am that person. I am the emoji LOL person where my friends are like, okay, there are way too many emojis in this. I'm like, okay, you're right. It's gotta be smooth-ish, um, but also prompt some sort of action without being so in your face with it. Like, I want you to do certain things, but I want you to get there yourself. I want to make it so that you think you thought of it, but I kind of planted the seed. So the text can be so tricky because I don't always think about the aftermath and like the effect that certain texts have in certain, behaviors, like blowing someone up or double texting or triple texting. It's like so much you have to think about. I'm like, okay, I don't want to double text. I'm not thirsty, but also, is it thirsty to double text? You haven't gotten an answer, and also you have new information that you want to give out. But you also haven't texted me in a week, so ugh, who knows? And now I'm just becoming this person. It's like, if you don't text me back within 5 hours, good luck with a text that same day. I'm like, ooh, or maybe even that same week. I'm like, oh no, I can play games. You might not even be playing any games, but if I don't really care, and I'm like, it's already been some time. I'm over this crush thing. I probably will forget about the text, and then I'll think about you randomly. I'm like, oh, I should text you back just to see how you are. Well, just to remind you that I'm here, I guess, or remind myself that you're there, or whatever. Invite you to something, but it's a journey. So until next time, I'll see you in the girls' room.